Alright, let's kick this off. This is You Didn't Know That You Fell by Justice 4243. Oh boy, let's see what we got this time. Adagio Dazzle slammed open the door to the siren's home and stormed inside.
So they
Tonight could have gone... What?
So they still have a home in this.
Yeah, third instance that it's been mentioned now.
Huh.
Tonight could have gone better, to say the least. Falling on stage was bad enough, but it was especially bad considering Adagio was front and center. It broke her concentration immediately and jarred the audience out of her control. The whole thing meant... What?
Sorry, just keep going.
The whole thing meant she and her companions missed out on the biggest payoff of energy they could have enjoyed in quite some time. Still, her fellow sirens somehow made sure that was not the worst part. Behind her walked in Aria and Sanada. Morons that they were, they abandoned attempting to salvage the situation in favor of breaking into his fits of laughter on stage. Laughter that had scarcely stopped since the trio left their concert. Why am I not surprised? That was amazing! Aria professed, huge grin still on her face. Adagio turned to level an angry glance at Aria. Oh, am I... sorry, I messed up for a second there. It was not amazing, Aria, she snapped back. It was an accident! An amazing accident, Sanada chimed in. Adagio, what?
Sorry, just keep going.
Okay. Adagio sneered at Sanada. It wasn't that big of a deal. Are you kidding? Sanada replied. Did you hear the sound you made when you hit the ground? That was like the face plant heard around the world.
Did that start the revolution? Is my question.
Well, it stopped one.
Oh god, Schoolhouse Rock for the win.
Yes.
Aria nodded. Oh man, definitely. That sound is ingrained in my brain at this point. Ingrained, excuse me?
Ingrained. I guess they... I can't tell if they used the right word or not.
Oh, no, ingrained is a word. We're good.
Yeah, it's basically just imprinted into your mind.
Okay, ingrained is a word. He's good. He's already dead.
Okay.
Okay. Adagio walked over to the couch and let herself fall into a sitting position with an angry huff, folding her arms across her chest. I really don't know why you two won't drop this. You two hit yourselves in the head so often, you must have damaged what are clearly already damaged minds.
Bitch.
Yes,
Man,
yes.
Not you, honey.
Okay.
Aria collapsed onto the opposite end of the couch, allowing her boots to rest on the center cushion. Look, I facepalm a lot, and Sanada over there faceplants so many times I think she's a part goat. But you? Tonight? This is mythical!
Oh, come on. Come to think of it, yeah, they've hit their heads a couple of more times than Adagio ever did. I don't know.
So are they enforcing a meme is what I'm asking.
I guess. Who knows? Anyways.
Shut up! There was a hole in the wood! But there weren't any, Sanada declared. I checked before we started because of all the holes I fall into.
This is sad. This must be sad if Sanada the Ditz had to look for, problems that would actually make her look more ditzy.
When the bubblehead is more smart than the queen bitch, you know you are doing something wrong, Dazzlings.
Ugh. Kitty, you were saying something?
I said, I wonder what happens if she met Pinkie Pie and how they react at a room together.
There was a fanfic, but I really don't think I should handle that.
Ooh, it's
I will
nice
cover
and
it. I will.
moist.
Yes,
No.
there was, as I keep saying, there is a fanfic that Justice wrote that is a direct sequel to Cafeteria Control involving Pinkie Pie and Sanada Dusk befriending each other, but I will cover that at some future date, but not now.
Anyways, how about we continue?
Yeah. You hear that? Aria said as she motioned towards Sanada. If there was a hole, Sanada would have found it, one way or another. Shut up, Adagio said through clenched teeth. She began to grind them against each other as she stared at Aria. Anyhow, it was your ridiculous laughter that caused us to lose our... Try that again. It was your ridiculous laughter that caused us to lose out on all that energy. Excuse me. Aria smirked. Way to shift the blame there, Daji. We wouldn't be laughing if you didn't fall flat on your face. Excuse you? But I caught myself before I hit my head. Aria rolled her eyes, a massive smile still on her face. Then what's with the massive welt on your forehead? What? Adagio protested, reaching up to her head. Well, my head is pounding, but that's just stress from listening to these two imbeciles. Right? There isn't a... Adagio trailed off as she reached her fingers up to her head and felt a bump where the throbbing was. And I know forehead welts, Sanadas saying. That was a grade A faceplant. Oh boy.
Could they like make the Three Stooges out of these? Seriously, they have that chemistry.
Yeah,
oh my god, speak of the devil. I'm reminded that Mofetta here actually did a picture related to that, didn't he?
Finally finished posting more odds. Yay! What was one of them?
They posted a picture of the Dazzlings in the style of the Three Stooges. In fact, let me see if I can go find it, or somebody else. I don't know. I think Mofetta knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's see. Anyways, yikes! This is coming from a guy that's probably seen some fucking.
Yeah, Mofetta will link it just so we can continue on. Anyways.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get continuing.
Adagio's anger suddenly subsided into a look of worry as she looked between the girls. I don't really have a bump on my head, do I? Adagio, it's huge, Aria said. You must feel it. Sanadas... Anyways, Sanadas snickered. She'd have to be brain dead not to not feel it. Aria nodded. Yeah, more brain dead than you. Exactly! Hey! Well, you're dumb.
And here we go, guys. It's up. It's freaking up.
Yep,
Let me see if I can
there's the picture I was talking about.
Let me see if I can download this without the stream interrupting, and then put it up.
No, it's not a tumor.
It's never lupus.
It is not a tumor.
Let's see if I can pull this up. It'll be blank for a bit. Come on, work with me, Windows.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Fluttershy.
It is not a tumor.
Come on, work with me, Windows.
Now say hello to my little friends. Angel Bunny.
Come on, stop being such a prick, Windows.
Oh, I thought you were
That's
talking
Windows
to me.
for you.
I thought you said, Hun, stop being such a prick.
Oh, come on.
I think everybody in the stream can see it anyways, you know.
Well, I was wanting to show it through the screen itself, but shit.
Apparently, I've been dubbed Kitty Cat. Meow, I guess?
Oh, great. Now it's trying to restart, because apparently it stopped responding.
Keep going.
It's going to continue on. The program's probably still running.
Okay.
Oh, should we double check just to be sure?
If you happen to be on there still.
Because the stream is like black for me.
It is black because I was trying to put up the screen, but you can hear the audio still.
Okay, yeah, I can. So are we still good?
Yeah, it's just I'm trying to put the image in there, and Windows just reloaded. So.
All right. Should I just continue on?
Oh, it's up and
There you go.
because I don't know the Three Stooges theme, so I'm whispering bye bye.
Who is Anon Lord? I'm just curious.
I have no idea either about it. Yeah.
My kitty cat. I'm sorry, I'm just reading, like,
Anyways, there we go.
chat.
Let's continue.
All right, moving on. Aria shook her head. Sanada, as much as I'd love to trade my great insults for your terrible ones, we really should be concentrating on I need a mirror! Adagio cried.
Holy shit. Either she has a bad hair day or that's really a tumor.
It's actually just some very bad swelling.
Aria and Sanada turned back to Adagio. Adagio, Aria began, your room is full of mirrors. Just, I'll get one, Sanada said cheerfully as she ran off.
Yeah.
Aria sighed. What?
Yeah, might as well just remember, for some weird reason, Adagio is so full of herself. Yeah, remembering the last moments from A Dazzling Christmas.
Yeah, when Aria gave her a picture of herself as a friggin'...
Yeah, and what
I
happened?
remember that. I was listening to that. All I could think of is, who the hell are you in my bedroom? Jolly fat prowler.
Oh my god.
Passing down my chimney, fucker.
Because does it really need to be said?
Santa Claus is actually a creeper in disguise. He just gives you free shit. I want my free dildo, damn it.
I was about to say Adagio being so narcissistic of herself that she literally just pleasures herself and moans her own name.
Oh god.
Yes.
So vain, it's not even funny.
Nope. Anyways.
Aria?
Aria sighed. Just let the moron go get one, I guess. The two waited on the couch in the closest to silence the group had experienced since Adagio's tumble, the only sounds being Sanada's enthusiastic journey up the stairs. Aria cocked an eyebrow at Adagio. Daji, are you trying to cover up that huge bump with your hand? Shut up! Adagio snapped. The sound of Sanada's strained grunts could be heard from upstairs as she slowly stomped her way back towards the other girls. Yo, Sanada! Aria called out. What's the holdup? This mirror is hecka big! Sanada called back. Aria shook her head. You could have grabbed a small one, stupid! Adagio doesn't have any small ones! Sanada shot back. Honestly, that doesn't surprise me.
Aria can verify. Look what she says.
Yeah. Sorry. Just now when distracted. Aria scrunched her lips up slightly. Well, that's true. Obsessed narcissist that she is, she can't help but cover her walls in giant mirrors. Yeah. Aria, shut up! Adagio commanded. I'm literally sitting on the couch next to you! Yeah, I know, Aria said with a smirk.
I'm sorry, keep going.
Sanada trudged into the room holding a full-length mirror in front of her. Aria shook her head. I can't believe you actually managed to bring that thing downstairs without tripping and falling. Sanada set the mirror down and poked her head out from the side. What? An outshine Adagio? You know how she loves to be the center of attention. Aria she certainly falls all over herself to make sure that happens, yeah. Adagio gritted her teeth. I swear I will murder you both in your sleep!
Now. You won't be able to pull that off if you keep face planting.
Oh, man. Oh, lighten up, Daji, Aria said. You're gonna pull your hand away and see that it isn't that big of a deal. No, it's a huge one, Sanada sang out.
You're not making us any better.
Fucking stupid bitch.
Aria rolled her eyes.
Is she really that dense? Like, how much, like, LSD or pills does she take to have that minute of a brain scale?
It's not LSD, it's tacos.
Sanada's always written... excuse me, not Sanada. Justice 4243 has always written...
Sanada.
Justice has always written Sanada as a bigger dumbass than she was in Rainbow Rocks, and quite frankly, I find it enjoyable.
Okay, so she's basically the dumb blonde of the fandom with the... I'm assuming the big sex appeal. She's becoming what I've heard, the perfect waifu.
Cute, loves tacos, cute voice. I don't know why. She's just one of the
Shadow, let's have tacos.
Anyways, let's just...
Alright. Aria rolled her eyes. Point is, you'll take a look at your forehead, see you need some ice, and move on and stop freaking out about this whole thing. I am not freaking out, Adagio snapped. Well, he could have fooled me. Could have fooled us.
She did freak out a bit, but she's more pissed than freaked out.
Yeah. Sonata hummed. Excuse me. You're freaking out a little. I mean, you usually don't shake like that unless you're really mad. What?
She's about to murder the both of you in your sleep. You better shut up, Sanada.
Aria shifted her glance from Sanada and took a look at Adagio. Adagio seemed to almost be squeezing her forehead as if the pressure might somehow force the bump on her head to disappear. Her face was certainly turning red, and she did seem to be shivering, or maybe quaking, as she sat on the couch. Adagio slowly pulled her hand off her forehead and stared at herself in the mirror. A large reddish welt was set dead center on her forehead.
Paint a target on there! Yay!
Aria shook her head. See? Just a bump you can ice and deal with for a few weeks. Woo! Sonata exclaimed excitedly. We can call her Ice Queen!
Oh my god.
God.
Bitch. She's the queen of bad puns. Holy fuck.
Aria chuckled. Good one. She turned back to Adagio. Just chill out with some ice.
God.
We can put on one of your stupid romantic comedies, and you can sit tight while Sonata and I make fun of you. And how? Sonata said.
Oh, God.
So no big deal, right, Dashi? Adagio said nothing, and simply stared at the bump right on her forehead through the mirror. Adagio? Aria said in a worried tone. Adagio suddenly shot up to her feet and began marching towards the house's kitchen. I'm going to go grab all the ice cream from the freezer, then go live in my room until forever.
Drastic?
Yeah.
Well, as a female coming from a personal perspective, I've done that.
Oh, then.
It does sound tempting. Sometimes the worries is so overwhelming. I just want to grab ice cream or some sort of comfort food and just sit in a corner or a bed or my couch and just be there, eating ice cream.
Hugs are better. Hugs make the world go round. I go the hug life, man. It's like the thug life, but only compassionate.
Alright, moving on. Aria rolled her eyes. Adagio, you're being a tad melodramatic, don't you think? Yeah! Sonata chimed in. I mean, sure, lots of people saw you fall and pointed and laughed at... Adagio quickly walked by, several pints of ice cream in her arms. Aria followed her with her eyes. Sonata continued. And I mean, Aria and I are never going to let you forget this. Like, ever.
Sonata, don't. You're making this worse.
Adagio made her way towards the stairs. And we're immortals. I mean, when I say never, I mean never. Adagio began to ascend the stairs. Countries will fall and entire civilizations could be wiped out, and Aria and I will still remind you about that night you and the door slammers.
I think we got the point. Taco
Yeah.
Bell, girl.
You had to, didn't you?
Little Miss spokesperson for Taco Bell.
She left, Sonata, Aria informed. Sonata puffed out her lower lip. Did she really take all the ice cream? Aria nodded. Yep, cleaned the freezer right out. Yeesh. How much ice cream do you think they had in there that Adagio just cleared the whole friggin' thing out?
Couple gallons.
I feel bad for her now because I feel her pain.
Sonata sighed, trudged over towards the wall, and leaned the mirror against it. We better go then. What? Aria said, raising an eyebrow. If she wants to throw a tantrum, let her. Why should we care? Not to help her, dummy. We better go buy more ice cream. Oh, yeah, good call, Aria said as she stood up.
What does the O's mean? Do we say ooh at this
No,
point?
yeah,
I think it's just the page break.
Oh,
A page
ooh.
break or a little story break.
Oh, I thought they
Ish.
said insert ghost here. Ooh.
No, they don't.
Ooh. Aria sat slouched in a chair at a square table in the kitchen of the siren's home. She held up a comic book in one hand, the comic having been folded slightly and for ease of reading one-handed. So apparently Aria's a nerd? I don't know.
Anyways.
A dark blue mug full of some steaming liquid sat in front of her on the table that she'd occasionally reach for and take a sip of before turning the page. She was enjoying the quiet at the house, or at least enjoying it as much as Aria enjoyed anything, which was to say she felt just a hair above being completely miserable. Quiet in the siren's house was exceedingly rare. One or both of the other girls were usually doing something to produce noise. She had thought with Adagio holed up in her room that she'd actually get to enjoy a lot more peace for a change. Aria! She was wrong.
Damn it.
Sanada happily sprinted into the kitchen, giddily jumping up and down like an overstimulated puppy. Aria! Aria! Oh my god, Sanada! Leave me alone! Just, wait! Look what I can do with a spoon!
The spoon? Is
Aria
it
pulled her... What?
Is it gonna be that spoon on the nose trick?
Aria pulled her comic closer to her face. Seriously, Sanada, find someone else to bug! Look! Look! There was a sound of metal clattering to the ground. Aria, you didn't look! Ah! Aria exclaimed as she lowered her comic to glare at Sanada. What? Sanada grinned wide as she bent down to pick up the spoon. She placed it on her nose where it immediately fell to the ground again. Please tell me that stupid thing was it. Whoops! Let me try again. For God's sake, Sanada, just go! Sanada came up with a spoon. She placed it on her nose and this time it stuck in place. Ta-da! Sanada said as the spoon fell to the floor again.
So there was a spoon on the nose trick.
Yep. Great. You're a moron. Aria raised her comic book back in front of her face. Now leave me alone. Hey, Aria! Seriously, Sanada, shut up. Want to hear the most obnoxious sound in the world?
No! Please, God, no!
I have never not wanted to hear something so much in my life. Well, you get the idea.
God damn it!
I had to. Although in reality, the sound was like the
God damn it! I get dumb and dumber.
And Kitty says she'll BRB. Just what's up? What's up? So
Fuck.
Aria suddenly jumped to her feet, flinging the comic on the table. That's it! I can't take this anymore! Aria cried. We need to get Adagio out of her room so you can at least focus some of your nonsense on her.
Why not put her out and put her outside? Make her annoy the public.
Yeah.
That'll be even more beneficial.
Anyways, Sanada frowned as she began to follow Aria towards the stairs. But she hasn't come out since last night, and it's past noon and stuff. I mean, imagine how bad her room must smell without a bathroom. Aria rolled her eyes as she walked up the stairs, Sanada behind her. She has her own bathroom, remember? Oh, right, Sanada replied. How could I forget Adagio is in my secret fun time spot?
What?
How could I forget Adagio is in my secret fun time spot?
Can somebody explain?
Aria paused at the top of the stairs. Her cheeks began to turn slightly red as she turned towards Sanada. Secret fun time spot? Sanada smiled and giggled. Sometimes when Adagio's in the shower, I like to sneak in there.
Go on?
I sneak in there and then quickly pull open the shower curtain while I pretend to stab Adagio with a kitchen knife and go
Okay, Sanada's very psycho, Sanada. Or what was it? Psycho-nada? God! Bad enough I've seen that shit. And bad enough I am... Seriously, have you... I've already alerted you of this, but seriously, did you guys remember that in A Dazzling Christmas, that I think I might have mentioned this on the chat here, but I'm not sure. You remember that we ended up learning about Sanada decorating Adagio's hair with lights.
Right.
In that fanfic. And then for some reason I remember that I wanted to check on this comic that this person was doing called A Dazzling Winter, where the Dazzlings are pretty much at a ski resort, and the ski lift they were on just got shut off. And for some weird reason, Adagio learned that Sanada has been secretly taking little bits of acts of revenge against Aria, and looks a little extremely psychotic. And yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that at one point.
Yeah, but might as well tell us to the stream here, because later on they decided to actually take matters in their own hands and try to see what is going on with the ski lift. So Adagio and Sanada went about, but Sanada slipped, and right now at this point, Adagio was pretty much holding on to Sanada with a death grip and was not letting go.
Jesus.
In the comic, Sanada decided to, in her strange, psychotic way that kind of reminds me of a mythological Kelpie, seriously. She decided in her own psychonauta way to pretty much describe what she would do to Adagio if she did not let go, which is safely to say, crawl into Adagio's bedroom on the day before Christmas, in fact at midnight, decorate her hair with Christmas lights. Sound familiar?
Jesus. I feel like it should, but
the comic pretty much copied what Sanada did in A Dazzling Christmas.
Oh shit. Oh, that was a nice parallel. Let's
and it's now reflecting that Psychonauta might be a thing, because seriously, replicating the infamous shower scene from Psycho?
Yeah, with a real kitchen knife, no less.
With a kitchen knife? Sanada, she may be dumb, but she could be fucking scary.
Yeah, let's try and press on, shall we?
Oh, sorry.
Aria sighed heavily and continued walking. So that's why she sometimes chases you around the house while she's wet and naked. See? Sanada cried. Fun!
That's not fun!
Aria stopped at a door. Well, it is sort of entertaining, I'll give you that. Aria knocked on the doors with her knuckles. Yo, Dashi! Come out, alright? It's your turn to hang out with Sanada. Go away! Adagio cried from inside her room. I'm hideous!
Oh, Lord. This is
have a
gonna be
bump?
a while.
What?
This is gonna be a while.
You have a bump on your forehead, Adagio. Sanada walks around with those all the time, and it doesn't stop anyone from commenting on how good she looks. Some guys use it as conversation starters. Sanada chimed in cheerfully.
Yeah, but Sanada ain't Adagio.
Sanada... Excuse me, I missed it. This is not a big deal, Adagio. Aria shouted at the door. It's a huge deal, and it's in the middle of my forehead! Oh my gosh, Dashi, Aria cried. Who cares? You act like this thing is messed up your perfect face or something. My face was perfect!
So vain, dear God.
Sanada scrunched her lips up. Well, you're pretty, I'll give you that. But it's not like you don't get the occasional zit. Ew. I do not get zits! Adagio shouted out forcefully.
My God, you put Verity's vanity in shame.
Aria blew a dismissive gust of air. I know you think you can apply enough makeup that we don't see them, but it's not like you make them go away, Daji. Totally, Sanada agreed. Oh my gosh, remember the big one she got on her nose? do I? Aria replied. She got so mad about us staring and commenting about it, she stormed up to her room and came down with a band-aid over her nose. Yeah! She said she somehow cut her nose plucking her eyebrows. How does that even work?
She does have a point. How?
Aria shook her head with a smile on her face. She should have told us she was trying to shave off some of those lip hair she gets. Sanada nodded. Now that I wouldn't question.
So vain.
There was another brief pause, followed by the sound of Adagio letting out a pitiful wail as she began to cry. Wow, you are really terrible at this, Sanada said. What? Aria protested. I was doing fine until you butted in with that zit comment. She'd be out here right now if you weren't such an idiot. Oh, please, Sanada said dismissively. You, spend all your time trying to make people feel bad. Like you have any clue on how to make them feel better. Aria narrowed her eyes. Oh yeah? Listen to this. Excuse me. She turned towards Adagio's door. Yodaji! Adagio entered the door. Seriously, please die or promise you'll kill me. I'm not picky at this point. Really? I just wanted to say your hair is absolutely massive. I mean, I'm amazed I don't disrupt animal nests when I help you brush it.
Oh God, are we really going to go there?
Apparently. Sanada snickered. Keep going. Aria spread out her arm to signify how huge Adagio's hair was. Every time I see it, I just think, wow, that is just a massive orange mess of dead mammal fur growing out of that woman's head. The heck does she not have horrible neck pains and supporting her head all day? Sanada put her hands up to her mouth and attempted to stifle laughter. You're on a roll! I mean, when you weigh yourself, do you account for your massive pounds of hair? I mean, between that and how much you already weigh, you're like, what, 200 pounds? 250?
How bad is this gonna get?
Sanada broke into a fit of laughter. Shut up! Aria snapped. I'm trying to listen if any of that got through Adagi. And, once again, Alex, take it away. There.
She cried. She bawled. She's bawling. Oh God! It worked.
I gotta get a patent on that cry. I really gotta. Anyways. Oh, I got through alright! Aria frowned. Okay, you got me. I am bad at this. Sanada wiped tears away from her eyes. No. Keep going. I'm sure you'll come up with something nice to say if you just try a little harder. Aria glared at Sanada as Adagio continued to wail from inside her room. Hey! Aria said. If you think this is so easy, why don't you try? Sanada smiled. I thought you'd never ask. To the Taco Hut!
What?
Sanada walked back towards the stairs, Aria following behind her with a grumpy expression. You're gonna try to fix this with tacos. Why am I not surprised?
Well, let's see what happens.
A quick trip to the local Mexican approximation fast food chain and back, plus a little time to write some heartfelt messages encouraging Adagio to get better, and the girls were once again in front of Adagio's door. Aria sighed as she stared at the pile of tacos Sanada held in her arms. Let me guess, you rolled them in crayon? Sanada held up a taco that had "Feel Better" written on its wrapper in blue ink. No, washable marker. You two wouldn't let me have crayons once I figured out I could use them to make my mouth turn funny colors.
Oh my God. I bet she also ate Elmer's glue.
Aria cringed. Right.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Minoris, tacos fix everything, especially with a side of cyanide.
Yeepers, man.
Minoris, what the fuck, man?
Well then, continuing on.
Yes.
Aria cringed. Right. I successfully repressed that memory. Thanks for reminding me it's so it could haunt my dreams again. You're welcome, Sanada said cheerfully. Aria shot Sanada a glare, then took a closer look at the pile of tacos in Sanada's arms. In addition to "feel better," written on the tacos in colorful pen were messages such as "please stop crying like a little baby," "it could happen to anyone, but it happened to you," and "your giant zits aren't as gross as you think, but they're still gross."
Okay, that last part didn't need to be there.
Aria looked up from the pile of tacos and pointed at them. These are supposed to make Adagio feel better about herself? Sanada narrowed her eyes. Since when have tacos made anyone feel worse?
I was thinking baked goods. Baked goods would make anyone feel better.
Oh, yeah. Just a few minutes from now, I'm guessing, Aria said. Sanada smirked as she walked up to Adagio's door. Watch and learn, oh ye of little fate. Aria's head jerked almost involuntarily. It's faith, dimwit! Whatever, Sanada replied. Just watch a master at work.
A master. Sanada.
Yeah. Oh my god. She lightly tapped on Adagio's door and began to speak in a sing-song tone. Oh, Adagio! I have some tasty tacos here full of inspirational messages to make you stop all that gross sobbing you're doing! Go away! I'm worried about you, Adagio, Sanada said. We both are. No, I'm not, Aria said. I just want her to come out so you don't spend all day just bugging me. Well, that is a good point.
Why don't they release her to the public, for crying out loud? Put her outside!
Oh, fuck if I know.
Oh.
Oh, well, I guess that's Sanada for you, huh?
Let's just see what happens.
Sanada ignored Aria and continued. Adagio, you can't just live off ice cream. Believe me, I've tried. Please at least open the door so I can give you these yummy tacos? Seriously, get lost! Yeah, Aria said, turning towards Sanada. Let's go walk outside until you can't remember where home is anymore. That should only take a few blocks at most. Ugh.
Finally.
Shut up! Sanada snapped back. I'm trying to get Adagio to come out. Could have fooled me, Aria replied. Both of you go away! You're taking out all the joy of being miserable!
There was joy in being miserable?
I have no idea.
Go to fool me.
Oh my gosh, Aria said as she raised a palm to her face. You did not just say that out loud. Sanada looked back at the door. But Adagio, if you don't open the door, how will you ever get these delicious tacos made just for you? Just for her? Aria replied. You just went down to the local taco hut and picked them up. They would have made them for anyone that paid them. Shh! Sanada raised a finger to her mouth as several tacos tumbled out of her grip onto the floor. I don't care! Adagio shouted back. Just leave! Aria rolled her eyes. Great plan, she said sarcastically. Too bad you didn't account for the completely unpredictable outcome of Adagio still refusing to come to the door. As if, Sanada replied as she bent down. I'll just slip the tacos at Adagio's door. Yep, she is determined.
Terminal.
Mm-hmm. Aria cocked an eyebrow. Slip them under her door? Sanada, those tacos are about an inch thick, and the crack under the door is a fraction of that. You can't possibly fit them.
And once again, does it have to be said?
Go on.
Sanada's dumb. Just can't.
Sanada continued to try forcing a taco through the small crack under Adagio's door. Oh, Aria, you're so stupid.
Look who's talking.
Aria's face contorted. I can't keep a straight face anymore. Okay.
Okay. Easy
Aria's
breathing.
face contorted as surprise and anger vied for control of her muscles. Excuse me. This resulted in a lot of angry twitching as she glared down at Sanada. I'm the stupid one here? Sanada nodded as she pushed a messy mass of taco and wrapper with both hands. Yep, I'm talking about fractions, and you know how pointless I think math is.
Because she failed it.
Probably. Aria stared up at the ceiling as she let a sigh heavy with aggravation slowly leak out of her mouth. What can I say, Sanada? Your logic is truly outstanding. Yeah, I get that a lot.
Dumb.
Adagio called out from her room again. What are you... Sanada, no! Sanada, yes! Oh, Sanada grinned to herself. Aria, do something! Adagio cried. I can help her shove smashed taco under your door, Adagio. I meant do something that helps me! No, Adagio, I think I'd rather help shove a taco under your door. You better come out quickly if you want to stop. There's like a dozen of them here. Sanada reached for a third taco and began shoving it under the door.
Taco Maniac, party of one.
Aria! Adagio called out. I'll come out. Will you please just pull Taco Girl away from the frickin' door? See? Sanada said as she stood up. I told you it would work.
Your stupidity knows no bounds.
Aria rolled her eyes as she put a hand on Sanada's shoulder and pushed her from the door. Alright, Taco Girl, just step back so you're not immediately in swinging range when Adagio finally comes out. The door suddenly pulled open and Adagio walked out. Dark lines of mascara ran from her eyes and down her chin, and her curly hair was much more disheveled compared to when she had entered her room the day before. She held one hand over her forehead and glared at the two girls in front of her door as she stepped over the smashed bits of taco by her room's entrance. So, you feel better? Aria asked. No, I feel terrible, Adagio said. But you two are so inept at making me feel better. Being made fun of for falling and having a huge lump on my head is preferable. Aria smirked and rolled her eyes. Sorry we ruined your quality wallowing in self-pity session, Adagio. Adagio rolled her eyes and turned towards Sanada. You're cleaning up this mess in front of my door, I hope you know. I'll get on it right away, Sanada declared as she lowered herself to the ground. And don't just eat it off! You say something, Adagio?
She's eating it off the floor.
Yes. Never mind! Adagio snapped. What?
No, nothing. I can't.
Aria smiled. Work out your anger over a few video games? Stumbles like falls on her face?
Shut up.
Adagio sighed heavily. Fine! Now shut up about... Yay! Sanada cried as she shot up from the ground, taco sauce and small bits of food in her face. Zit-faced, furry-haired, lip-stash Miss Tripsalon is actually going to play video games with us!
Oh, good God almighty.
Yeah. Adagio gritted her teeth. Just shut up about everything. If you two could stop talking for just a little bit, that would be great. Dibs on first player! Aria cried. Not if I get there first! Sanada made a mad dash for the stairs. Aria broke into a sprint. Sanada, if you lick the controller again, I swear... Hey, move it! You move it! Adagio watched as the other two girls attempted to go down the stairs together, all while struggling and pushing against one another. Soon, both girls lost their footing, and with a series of yelps, thuds, and bangs, Aria and Sanada both found themselves in a heap at the bottom of the staircase.
Congratulations, you two fell down.
Adagio stood at the top of and placed a hand against her hip, grinning wickedly as she enjoyed the sight of below her. Sanada uttered, Owie! From the tangled pile of limbs, Aria looked up and scowled at Adagio. Not one word, Adagio. Not one. Who, me? Adagio said, as she motioned to herself with a massive devilish grin on her face. I never rub in the fact that you're such a klutz. You can't even manage the stairs of our house without tumbling down them like an epileptic chimpanzee with having a seizure.
And the rebuttal?
Aria narrowed her eyes. At least I don't make a public spectacle of myself when I fall. At least I'm not a complete idiot, Adagio shot back. And Sanada struggled from under Aria. Aria, get off of me! Your spikes are standing into my spleen! The end.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, what a fic.
Oh, Lord.
Seriously, I'd like to give a statement to Mr. Justice before I turn off.
Oh,
No.
what would that be?
Mr. Justice 4243, I just have to say that you are quickly becoming like one of my more favorite fanfic writers. As I said before, just how you characterize everybody, including the Dazzlings and Sunset Shimmer. Like, you know, I just really hope that you continue doing what you do, and I promise you we will get back onto all that Shimmers at some point. Don't you worry. So just thank you for being awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, I better get going.
Yeah, it seems that, well, I might as well just conclude this here.
Yep. Good night, everybody. I'll see you all next time.
And if Kitty's still listening to this, talk to you later, okay?
See you around.